2018 Suzuki GSX S750 review. Suzuki introduced its GSX S750 to the US market in 2015, and although new to our shores, the middleweight sport naked had seen no significant change since its 2011 European debut. And while the GSX-S possesses a degree of GSX-R DNA, it is not by any means, or intent, a high-bar GSX-R stripped of plastic. The performance disparity between Suzuki's S and R platforms left wishful enthusiasts who hoped for a genuine GSX-R naked wanting more. A host of revisions applied to the 2018 GSX S750 aims to close that gap while retaining the performance value this platform has offered all along. New styling akin to its larger 1,000cc sibling, along with powertrain, electronic, and chassis improvements are front and center, but perhaps the most significant update to the GSX S750 is now for the first time it's 50-state legal and can be sold in California. We recently got a first hands-on taste of the new GSX S750 when Cycle World assistant editor Will Steenrod attended a Suzuki press ride along the Pacific Coast Highway in Southern California. Cost of ownership aside, the relative comfort is a sport standard's strongest appeal when compared to a supersport counterpart. Ergos are very comfy, even for my large frame, 6'2", Steenrod reports. Legroom is pretty ample as sport bikes go, while upper body ergos are a smidgen on the aggressive side as you'd expect. The new taper style bar is nice and wide, making directional changes easy, and even though the seat is shaped for sport riding, not comfort, it's soft enough for daily use. While this appealing aspect of the GSX S750 hasn't changed, updates to the 2K5 GSX-R based engine equate to a claimed 8 horsepower increase over its predecessor. Accounting for this are newly added crankcase ventilation holes for reduced pumping loss, a larger volume airbox, new 10-volt fuel injectors, and a revised 421 exhaust featuring a freer flowing catalyzer. Suzuki's Easy Start system that premiered on the GSX S1000 is now included on the S750, allowing one-touch auto start that doesn't require the clutch to be disengaged when the bike is in neutral. It also gets the Suzuki Low RPM Assist feature that increases idle speed by a few hundred revs as the clutch is engaged with the bike in gear. This clever rider aid reduces the chance of stalls when levying a stop and proved effective when we deliberately botched your auto clutch coordination. Now hooked up with the times, the new GSX S750 includes traction control, offering 3 levels of sensitivity that can be changed on the fly by a mode button and rocker located on the left grip. The system can also be switched off for unadulterated wheelie action, without coming to a stop, and your selected setting is retained for the next ride. We found TC Level 3 kept the tight rein on horseplay, while the other 2 modes allow the GSX-S to put its linear spread of power to pavement with vigor while having your back. Spring preload remains the sole suspension adjustment front and rear. Damping is calibrated on the sporting side, providing responsive handling feel and steadfast stability at the expense of ride comfort when encountering sharp bumps. I've always seen the GSX S750 for the attractive performance value it represents and have judged it as such. My verdict on this newly reformed edition remains unchanged, with even greater evidence to support its case. Time will tell if modern style and features at a fair price hold up in the court of public opinion.